Assalamu alaikum. Hello viewers. Today we will be discussing about fillets and chamfers. These are basic machining operations primarily done for reducing the stress concentrations on any kind of machine parts. So just jump into the previous example that we have seen before. Press R on our keyboard, and this is the part that we had created before in our starting tutorial, and this would be a very good example for showing nearly all the features associated with the fillet feature. So in the fillet option, there are primarily four options for users to choose from. The very first is constant radius. You can choose any face or any edge, where the entire edge or the edges associated with the face would be filtered out. So we finished this constant radius fillet out here, and the reason for this to be fillet 4 is that I had previously experimented with this part, so anything that I am adding now would just numbered accordingly. So just don't get afraid. You will see fillet 1 and you can rename it according to your needs. So for the second option, as we will be showing the full round fillet, in this case there will be three parameters upon which the middle face would be the center face set that would be entirely filled out, and the remaining two ones, adjacent ones, would be the boundary of the fillet. So for the first one, we select this plane. The center plane would be this one, and another edge would be this one. There is a preview of this face being filleted out entirely. Click OK. Now for another option, that would be the face fillet is going to fillet the edge of two intersecting faces. So for the first one, we select this face, and the second one would be this bottom one, and the intersecting one is filleted. And if you have filleted some other edges associated with this one, you might just need to make sure about the position of tangent propagation that might just cause some modifications needed. So this is the face fillet. I click the fillet once again, remaining variable radius fillet, and in this case we'll be selecting this edge, and for the time being we'll be unchecking the tangent propagation to limit my considerations in this edge. So there are points that you can select where you can assign individual amount of radius that you need as your fillet radius. So this can be done here. These are the points, the control points, and for the time being I'll be just leaving it as 3. And in the terminal ones, you can assign it from here or from this. Click in this box and choose the vertices that you need. Now we set this one as 0.07 and the final one is 0.09, let's say. And since it's, so we just reduce the radiuses. 0.007 actually. It's better. Any other transitions, select the point that we need, and by default the gradual change of the terminal points are considered, and so since it's quarter of the way, for the percentage of the radius of the initial one it is. So we just assign it a little bit more, 0.01, to show that the transition is changing. And in this case I'll assign, let's say, 0.03. So you see the transitions and the changes of radiuses, and if you want you can add in this case as well, and if you want you just leave the ones blank as it is, so it would just allow you the gradual changes. So let's finish this now. And in Solidworks you can just edit or resize any of the fillets using Fillet Expert. You can also add some fillets as well. Let's say select this face, and the Fillet Expert is automatically choosing one of the types. Now when we select this one, we can just size it whenever we want, radius we need, and the fillet expert would aid in use filleting capacity only. So that would be all for the fillet. Now let's just jump into the chamfer options. For that, just suppress all the fillets by right clicking it and choose the suppress one, and here we select chamfer from the drop down. Three available types: angle, distance, and vertex. So let's just start with the angle distance. Angle distance allows you choose the angle that you need of the produced face from an edge. Let's say in this case we just click this edge, and there would be another face generating instead of this edge that would allow lesser amount of stress concentration on this edge. Rather, it would produce a surface that would be 45-degree aligned with the current faces, and the two terminal distance would be 0.01. If you want, you can just change the distance amongst them to widen the face and even the angle. Let's say we turn it into 60 degrees, and one of the edges of the new face would be fixed and the other one would be aligned accordingly. We click OK. Now for the second option, as distance, it will not allow you for any kind of angles, rather it would only allow you for the distances, and you will have to select those two edges separately. So let's say I want this one as to be 0.02, so 0.05, and this one as 0.02. Right, now this face is generated instead of the edge, and these two edges produce less amount of stress concentration than the previous one, as they have much smooth transitions between these two faces. Now for the third option of the chamfer tools, I already selected it, so I uncheck it and select the vertex. And vertex is a point where you have multiple faces connected. So I select this one, and since there are three faces, by removing this edge, there would be a triangular face generated in this face. If you have a more than three face edge, there might just be some more polygons according to the number of faces. And in this case, if you want equal distance, you just select the parameter that you need, and the generated face would be equal to the triangle, and the dimension value is selected in this. And in some cases even you can enter some equations, and for the equation we will be skipping that for the moment and experiencing those in some other tutorial. But let's just say we are not setting equal distance and set these as variable parameters. Let's see if this one is 0.3, this 0.05, and this one is 0.04. So the edge is removed and there's triangle face generated, and you have the dimensions. So this will be all about chamfers, and this concludes this video about fillets and chamfers. And you can add any kind of suggestions in the comments sections, and if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.